Today we are going to talk about the switch case construct in Java programming language. Switch case construct is similar to if else. You can use the switch in case you don't want to use if else, but the condition only is that the checking condition should only be integer expression, integral expression. That leave us to only integer values or character values, because character are internally dealt as an integer only. The example we take will clear more about switch case. We'll make a Java application in NetBeans IDE. Next, you can name it as per your convenience. I name it as switch case. Then I finish it. Okay, let me give you just an idea about the switch case. First is that we use switch. This is the keyword which is there for switch, and inside it, it has to be an integral expression. This is what I was talking about. This has to be an integral expression. It has to be an integer. No, relational expression. No true false result. Only integral expression. Then you can have certain set of statements which you want to execute, and then followed by a break. But these all inside a brace, okay, and this set of statements will be only executed if certain case has been met, and the expression has to be integral, which matches with this integral expression. This has to match. So I will just write expression, not integral expression, because there may be many cases. So you got the idea. For certain case, certain set of statements, and then if this is met, break. You come out of the switch construct. You can have this as many as you want, like 1 to number of these switch cases. Now every case has to be with a colon, has to end with a colon. Okay, no semicolon. Remember, no semicolon, only colon. So for this case, these sets of a statement followed by a break. For this case, these set of statements, and so on and so forth. Finally, if you are done with all cases, you can have a default also, and then default also can have certain set of statements. So let's get started with this construct. What we'll do, we will ask for a grade or a character from user, and depending upon that character or that letter, we will show the marks to the user. So let's make a character, that is alphabet. Let's make a string also, because when we ask user, we don't know how it is going to be the result, because he may enter, say, a character, he may press enter, he may press tab, he may press a space. For that, because we only need a character, as I earlier said, that there has to be a character or an integer. So we have to change this string to character. We'll see how we'll do it, and we'll expect a user to enter the value. For that, we'll use a scanner class. For that, we have to import java.util.scanner. We will use scanner input is equal to new scanner system.in from the keyboard. Place it here. Scanner input is equal to new scanner system.in. And what we'll say, system.out.print enter grade. We will ask the user to enter the grade. He may enter A, B, C, D, or okay, he may have to enter only A, B, C, D, not more than that. So we specify it. A, B, C, and D. Then we go to our switch case, but before that we have to take the value which has been entered. We will enter the name via, or the character via grade. This is the grade, because we have taken as a string, but as I earlier said, that this grade will not be helpful in switch case. We have to extract the character, because character can only be placed inside switch. For that, what we'll do, That is why we have made this alpha. Alpha is equal to grade dot character at 0. Okay, character at 0. So whatever is been entered, the first character will be taken. Now we'll go to switch case construct, and what we will pass this alpha, because alpha bet is a character, and inside this we will write our cases. Start making the cases. First case A, because we have expected A, case A, what we are going to give, system.out.println, your marks are between 90 to 100, and then break. Similar construct which I explained you earlier, this is done. Now case B, marks between 80 and 89, again in the similar fashion. See, we have case B, okay, and the indentation should be like this, which I am giving, because this switch case is used or employed when you want to get rid of the clumsiness of if else. So it has to be cleaner, like this, some indentation, everything has to be there. Case B, then case C, case D I'll give. Okay, then break case D, and I'll give a default also. Default will be marks below 60. I hope we are done with the cases. If user enter A, this will be printed, and we come out of the switch construct. User give D, we print this and come out of the switch construct. And if user does not give any of the character, then this will be printed. Okay, let me execute it for you. Let's enter D, marks is 60 to 69. If I enter anything else, then this marks is below 60. So this was all about our switch case construct. One more thing I would like to add is, for example, we know that anything below C is below 79. So what we'll do, we will delete all this. Okay, we delete all this, delete all this. What I am going to show is there are multiple else if conditions that can be met via if else also. This is I'm just taking two values. So A and B 90 to 100, B 80 to 89. But what if C, D, or I add one more, E? Is E. And to make program more logical, we place E also. Okay, if user gives C or D or E, then it has to show that the marks are below 79, because in any case C, D, E will be less than 79 only, and these are multiple if else construct. See how easy is to replicate or to simulate that particular condition of multiple if else if in the switch case construct. I give D, it is marks below 79. So hope you understood switch case construct. Thank you so much. Take care.